Okay, hey Chuckle Fucks, it's your boy Dark Raikou with What If Issei Was a Serpent? Part 1. Now, before I continue on, I was going to do What If Issei Was like the son of Aizen? Part 2, but instead I'm gonna do this one, okay? I don't know, it just came to my mind before going to sleep. But I really haven't went to sleep because I kind of went to sleep like at 11 o'clock. Woke my ass back up like at 11:50 and realized I can't go back to sleep until I somehow make myself go back to sleep by slapping the shit out of myself. Probably. No, I think that would just wake my ass up more. Not the point. Let me just go into this what if, because if I get really tired, I might just pass the fuck out or something. I don't know. Now, let me shut the fuck up. Let me begin. So, we go into, well, this what if, okay? This is called What If Issei Was the Serpent. I just said that in the beginning, didn't I? Shit, I'm already forgetting shit. Damn, even though I'm not tired, I'm still forgetting shit. Okay, whatever. Not the point. We go into, well, a place. Right now, there's a kind of, mostly it looks to be like a brown-haired boy. Right now, getting ready for school. In a house. Well, kind of a broken down house a little bit, but yeah. But of course, in the outside, it kind of looks like an actual fancy, nice house. Inside, it's also fancy, but yeah. But pretty much, there seems to be an illusion around the house. Kind of. Not really. It looks to be broken in the outside. But of course, well, the brown-haired boy right now has his clothing. Mostly what he wears on a daily basis. And of course, this is where he's getting out of his room. This is where he sees, well, his older brother. A man that kind of wears a brown coat around him with the hood always on him. Of course, the hood kind of has like these two slick kind of eyes like a snake. This is where, well, he also has what's it called, glasses from what was it called, Issei, not Issei, mostly the boy can look like from. And of course, where, well, also the older kid seems to have like this palish white skin with these scales, mostly from his hands and also from like where he can see from the hood. This is where, well, the younger kid kind of says, older brother, Nissan. This is where, well, he says Nissan mostly. This is where, well, the older looking kid kind of looks at his little brother. This is where, well, the older looking kid says, are you getting to school? Make sure that your illusion doesn't wear out. The older kid kind of command. Well, we'll say the younger boy. The boy with brownish hair. This is where, well, the brownish hair kid says, don't worry. I'll make sure my illusion doesn't run out. Besides, I don't really like this brown hair. Why do I have to pick brown hair? Why couldn't it be blue? This is where, well, the older kid says, blue would make way too much cause of a scene, okay? It's better for you to just keep it brown. So, and besides, your original color hair is blue, so shut up for a second. This is where, well, the younger kid kind of saddened for a second. This is where he says, what about my brown eyes? Sheesh. Stop complaining about your freaking illusion color. Oh my god. This is where, well, Issei says, I'm sorry. I am just kind of scared. Pretty much this is the first day of school from, well, mostly sophomore and other things. This is where the older kid says, look here, Issei. Just get ready and make sure not to cause too much trouble. I don't want other species to kind of target us, since we are the last of our kind of species. This is where, well, the now known, mostly the brown-haired boy, now known as Issei, kind of understand. He says, I understand, brother. Kabuto Nissan. This is where, well, the now known older boy is now named Kabuto. Kabuto says, like I said, just make sure for your illusion not to fall, and make sure not to cause trouble. I also don't want you to go near the devils. So that means stay away from Ria's Gramarye and also Sona, whatever her goddamn last name is. Whatever. This is where, well, the older boy says, I also don't want you to get near fallen angels if you feel their magic being a little bit different from a normal human. stay the fuck away from them. Literally, if they come near you, try to run away from them. Or just make an excuse that you need to come back home. Or ignore them, I don't know. They won't attack you in the middle of the fucking public. And if they come anywhere near this house, I will cut them down like nothing but just freaking crows up in the air. This is where, well, Issei gulps, and this is where he says, I understand. Also, if it's an angel, they won't attack you because their only mission is to only attack fallen and devils. But I don't think they attack other species. They probably don't because they don't really care. So, understand? This is where, well, Issei nodded. He nodded like 40 times. This is where the older kid named Kabuto says, okay, well, I should probably be getting to work also. You realize the bills doesn't pay itself. This is where, well, Issei said, I understand, older brother. See you later, okay? This is where, well, the other boy says, yeah. Make sure not to eat weird stuff in the middle of school. You realize that's terrible. This is where, well, Issei looks at him saying, really? You think I might just be eating a rat or something like that? I don't know, maybe. I mean, our species legit just eats a lot of things, so don't do anything weird. This is where, well, Issei growls at him, just kind of glares at him and just say, screw you. This is where, well, Issei then just kind of run to school after kind of getting outside, but yeah. This is where the other kids say, I can't believe he actually didn't deny that. He said, take it well, little brat. This is where, well, Kabuto kind of said under his breath, and of course, Issei is already out of, well, mostly the house. This is where, well, Kabuto goes and gets ready and also puts an illusion around him so he can look like a normal, well, mostly 20-year-old boy, or mostly 20-year-old young man. This is where, well, he yawns and says, damn it. Hope he doesn't really cause trouble. This is where, well, Kabuto says to himself. We go into Issei getting to school. And of course, it's not the first day. It's mostly a couple weeks in. It's just Issei didn't really want to go to school since he just doesn't believe in why he needs to go to school. But yeah. This is where he gets to school. And of course, he meets his two perverted friends. Yes. He still kind of has some perverted friends. But of course, he knows that they're not really perverts. They're mostly just keeping up this fucking act. So no one will actually kind of believe in them to be not perverts. But of course, right now we go into Issei and the other two perverts. Morohama and Matsui. Morohama is right now just, well, looking at a magazine. But underneath the magazine is actually a book that he's actually reading. He's not really a pervert. He just needs to keep up the stupid act. This is where, well, he then kind of looks at the watch. And this is where he kind of taps on it a couple times. This is where a hologram for like a kind of like hologram kind of touchscreen thing appears. This is where he's looking at it and saying, I can't believe I can't be home playing Xbox or kind of designing more weapons that I can do. He says to himself, right now sighing. This is where, well, Issei says, dude, it'd be freaking nice. Issei kind of said to Morohama. Morohama says, right? I really just want to kind of make more weapons and train on them. This is where, well, mostly he's kind of like the tech, or what's it called, like a tech wizard of weapons and other things. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into Matsui, and Matsui is legit having a drink in the middle of the, well, not in the middle, mostly in the fucking morning of like, what's it called? It's like whiskey, well, not whiskey. He's just like drinking soke. No, not soke. What is it called? Sasuke? Sosuke? No, not Sosuke. What was it? Sake. Yeah, sake. That's what it's called. This is where, well, he's just drinking that, and this is where, well, Morohama and Issei says, really? You gotta be drinking that in the fucking morning? Issei says, bro, I can barely even drink that shit, or it's gonna fucking kill me. This is where Morohama says, I'd rather be drinking coffee. Shit, I'm tired as fuck. I'd rather be drinking that in the middle of the, well, in the fucking morning than, well, fucking drinking that. This is where Matsui says, screw you guys. This is the best way to be getting up in the morning. This is where Issei says, so did you get your like 10 shots of vodka in the morning? This is where Morohama says, did you get like your fucking 14 shots of just regular fucking beer in the morning or something like that. This is where, well, Matsui says, screw you, bastards. Still, this is just something to numb the pain when I'm getting to this school. God, why do we have to keep the illusion up about us being a pervert? Murahama says, easy. We don't want to be bothered by the fucking devils or fallen angels here. This is where, well, Murahama says, also, you realize that it's better like this because we will be legit a target. Do you not know what we are exactly? Or did you forget, idiot? Well, Issei, he already knows what he is. We two are regular humans. Well, I'd rather be a machine. Fuck you. This is where Murahama kind of flips out Matsui. But clearly, we're two humans. Actually, I'm 50% machine. Maybe. This is where Matsui says, are you gonna finish that speech? You want? Fuck you. This is where Murahama flips him off. But still, you realize you're a human. I'm 50% machine and human. And Issei's the same, but just a different species. This is where, well, Matsui says, and your point is? You realize our sacred gears, you moron. Well, yours is a longitis, mine's a sacred gear, and Issei's is a longitis sacred gear. This is where, well, mostly Matsui says, I guess you're right. I don't want to be bothered, and I don't want to really fight for anyone or being someone's servant. That sounds like I'm being some kind of slave for someone else. Exactly, you moron. Murahama kind of just tells Matsui. This is where Matsui says, yeah, you don't need to fucking tell me the details about why it would be so bad. This is where, well, Matsui says, you're an idiot. Well, not Matsui, mostly Murahama. This is where, well, Issei's kind of chuckling and saying, this is funny, they're not that. Man, I'm tired. This is where, well, they both ask him if he did sleep or did he just went out for hunting. Issei say, oh, I slept. This is where Murahama says, slept for 3 hours. This is where, well, Issei said, okay, shut the fuck up. Issei kind of glares at Murahama. Murahama says, he grins with this, like, mostly small smile that he didn't want to burst out laughing. This is where, well, Issei glares at him with his eyes becoming slick but then going back into normal. This is where, well, Murahama says, whoa, you don't really want to show anyone those eyes. Because then there would be so many questions. This is where Issei says, fuck you too. This is where, well, Matsui says, I'm just drinking here. What the fuck did I get flipped off for? Well, fuck you too, Issei. This is where, well, the bell kind of rings to kind of go to first hour. And that's where Matsui, Murahama, and Issei just kind of dreads. Oh, fuck. They all said at the same time. Just dreading for going to first hour. This is where Matsui kind of, well, taps exit on his, like, little hologram touchscreen. And, of course, it just goes back into looking like a normal watch. This is where, well, he puts the book that he was reading, puts it back. The magazine he also puts in the bag also. This is where, well, Matsui says, shit, I gotta drink all of this shit. This is where Murahama says, oh, you can put in your little space dimension place. Matsui says, well, too bad. This is where he was about to drink until, well, Murahama grabs it, throws it to Issei, and Issei says, fine. He throws it into his own dimension pocket. This is where Matsui says, hey, you motherfuckers. This is where Murahama says, we don't need you to be drunk off your goddamn mind. You realize our freaking explosions will come from your fucking filament of drinking. This is where Matsui says, ugh. This is where, well, Issei says, well, we gotta get to class. This is where they dread to go into class, but yeah. This is where they're walking so damn slow because they just don't give a fuck. This is where, well, okay, I'm getting tired. I'm actually making myself sleepy doing this what if, god damn it. But of course, this is where, well, they get towards this, well, mostly class, get inside, sit down in their, like, position spots, mostly. Matsui is behind, well, Murahama. Murahama is mostly in the front of Matsui, and Matsui, who's behind him, is Issei. Issei is in the furthest back of the seat. He picked this place just to look outside the window and not pay attention. He's not that great at paying attention, Matsui usually doesn't really want to pay attention. He rather, well, act perverted, but really, he's right now looking into the fucking thin air and just thinking of something else. But yeah, this is where, well, he's like thinking of something else. We go into Murahama. Murahama, he's like getting glances a little bit on paying attention somewhat, even though he already knows half of the shit that the teacher's already been teaching. Like, he's already further past almost anyone in this whole class. Matsui's the same, but of course Matsui doesn't really show off that he's smart or anything. He rather, even with his friends, he's rather not really show off that he's smart. He doesn't give a fuck. Give him like 3 bottles of sake and like give him the hardest like fucking problem of the test or anything like a math problem. He'd be finishing that shit in like only 30 seconds. But it will take him about 3 hours to finish the sake. Because he's going to enjoy it while doing the test. Kind of. Well, he mostly will finish the test, then drink the sake. But yeah, enjoy the taste. But yeah. This is where, well, Murahama would legit finish the test in like an instant, but yeah, because he's smarter than anyone. And of course, he does show it a little bit, not really to anyone else, because they still have to act that whole perverted stuff. And when it comes to Issei, he is smart. Well, he had it to be smart because his brother did smack the shit of him if he didn't pay attention most of the time. But of course, Issei is much more of a professional hunter. Mostly his species is that of, mostly his like bloodline species is that like mostly a hunter at the time. So of course, he's mostly better in physical power at the same time and other stuff. Matsui's the same, but of course, he's kind of lazy and rather be drinking that sake. If there's a bottle of sake across the whole world, he'd be running for that shit. He'd be faster than anyone in the goddamn world. He'd become the Flash just to get that bottle of sake. This is where, well, if Murahama had to work out, he'd rather be using his machines just to fly towards it. Just the finish line. If Issei had to run, he would do it without a beat. Unless it's, well, something dumb and he doesn't really give a shit. He probably won't even care. Unless it's something that he really fucking wants. But yeah. This is where, well, we go into most of the class kind of like going on as usual every single day. Like they have been here for only like 3 weeks. And they hate their lives entirely. This is where, well, Murahama hates his life because truly he just learned all this shit in an instant. Like, the books that they got, like in the beginning of the year, mostly for them to kind of, well, bring to school, kind of go into the chapters of where they're at, blah, 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 to learn or whatever from the teachers or whatever. Murahama has already kind of finished all the books. Like, he already done all the work, all the things. He predicted every fucking thing. Like, he has all the situations just in case ever, like, the teacher brings up like this or that or this or whatever, he would already have it finished. Yeah, he's bored out of his mind. He'd rather be reading a fucking book. But literally, he has to pull out the magazine, then the book, and then, yeah, people was just suspicious if he just read a regular ass book about history or something else like that. This is where, well, Matsui, he's tired. He's right now bored out of his life. He'd rather be drinking some sake or actually training on his laryngitis weapons. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into Issei right now falling asleep. Like, he already smashed his head into the ground or mostly into the table falling asleep. But yeah, he only had 3 hours of sleep and he's already tired as fuck. This is where, oh, we go into the whole day, mostly into a time skip, but yeah. We go into Issei and the others go into the Kendo Club, mostly Kendo Club, even though they don't want to. They just have to bring this whole suspicion that they still spy in the Kendo Club. Blah, blah, blah. Perverts, yeah. They go, they kind of make noise on purpose so they will be chased. This is where the Kendo Club can actually notify that they're still perverts, blah, blah, blah. Because if they don't do this, then they're probably going to be suspicious on why they didn't do it. But yeah, there's where, well, Issei and the others just had to run a normal human speed because where Murahama, even though he doesn't really like showing off his physical status because, well, even though he usually will rather use his machine to get away from stuff or anything, he's still physical and a little bit much more faster than a normal human. Same with, well, Matsui, even though, well, he's kind of mostly like a super soldier, Matsui. He'd rather not show off his skills most of the time. And of course, Issei, he usually always kind of shows off his skills. Well, not show them off. Mostly he hides himself present pretty easily. He legit can just go into trees behind them and hide his presence so easily. Like, you wouldn't even believe that he's behind that tree. And of course, Issei always ditches what's called Matsui and Murahama. Murahama and Matsui just managed to kind of outrun the girls, but yeah. But Issei easily could have just jumped in the bush and just gone. Like, you never expect, well, expect that he's there, but yeah. But of course, we go into Issei and the others kind of like sitting under a tree. Of course, where they're kind of talking, blah, blah, blah. This is where we're not talking under a tree. Mostly they're getting out of school. And of course, they feel like they're being seen from far away. This is where, well, Issei only glances a little bit. This is where, well, he has one of his eyes slick. And of course, when he glances once towards to look towards where they're getting seen, he sees, well, a red-haired girl with bluish eyes kind of glancing at all three of them. This is where, well, Matsui and Murahama says, so, what do you see? This is where, well, Issei says the Grimmery girls keep an eye on us. This is bad. Pretty much we wanted to be under the radar, but it looks like we are going to have to be really under that radar. This is where, well, Murahama says, that means I have to be more prepared for the whole damn time. Do you not see how tiring I am? This is where Matsui says, that means I won't be able to drink too much sick, son of a bitch. This is where, well, he screams in his head, but yeah. This is where, well, he says that, and I guess I'm going to have to try even more to actually be an expert. Or whatever. Man, I'd rather just be playing video games in my house. This is where, well, they say same. This is where, well, they didn't think about it. Why should we come tomorrow? This is where, well, they think about it. Why should we come to, like, 2 days left before, like, it's Sunday and Saturday? Or mostly Saturday and Sunday. This is where, oh, they think about it and says, yeah, I guess you're right. So, tomorrow we just show up at one of our houses and just kind of play video games or what? This is where, well, Matsui says, I legit got two extra, well, controllers for the PlayStation 5. This is where, well, not Matsui, mostly Murahama. This is where they say, sweet, we show up at your house then. This is where, well, Murahama says, well, we gotta wait until my parents dip. And then, well, legit, you can come over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to somehow sneak over there because your house is a little bit further from my house, Issei said. And my brother might notice where I'm going on accident. Or on purpose. This is where, well, Murahama says, yeah, you're right. Your brother's pretty damn scary. Ew. His eyes, those slick golden eyes. Ew. This is where, well, he gets scared in the reminder of Issei's older brother. This is where Matsui says, shit, can I at least bring some freaking alcohol? This is where, well, both Issei and Murahama says, is it for you? No shit, what do you think? Is it for you two? Hell no. This is where, well, Matsui says, this is where, well, Murahama and Issei says, good, you can have that. We're not trying to get drunk off our fucking break of, well, being from school. We're not an alcoholic like you. This is where, well, Matsui kind of glares at both of them. This is where, well, Issei and, well, Murahama just kind of giggles a little bit, but yeah. Just because, well, they call it, Matsui an alcoholic, but yeah. This is where, well, or drunkie, alcoholic, idiot, or whatever. This is where, oh, Issei said, well, let's just get to the house. This is where, well, they're already dipping towards their house. This is where, well, Matsui kind of went to take a different route. Murahama went to kind of go to the game shop first. This is where, well, Issei's going home, but this is where, well, someone behind him says, are you Issei? This is where Issei turns around. And of course, where, well, Issei sees a timid girl, fallen angel, in his head. Straight up fallen angel. Doesn't give a fuck. Straight up, he already sensed the magic. He already sensed this bitch fucking act and other stuff. And this is where Issei says, oh, great. This is where, well, Issei then mostly looks at his phone. Kind of texts his older brother if he's at the house. And this is where, well, his older brother says, no, I'm not at the house. Why? This is where, well, Issei says, this is where Issei says, did he say something? This is where the girl says, yeah, are you Issei? This is where Issei says, yeah, I am. This is where Issei has to be dumb about this. This is where, well, she says, can you please go on a date with me? This is where she said it out loud. And this is where Issei said, Issei thinks in his head, right now bursting in laughter in his head. Right now wants to just grins because right in front of her just because of the stupid act. Issei said, shit. He really has to either say yes or no because, well, he still has to keep this perverted act, but it's truly annoying. This is where Issei said, ask me tomorrow or something. Issei is already walking away. This is where, well, mostly Rainer kind of just grit her teeth because she wasn't expecting Issei to just say, ask me tomorrow. Something like that. This is where Rainer says, I'm gonna have to follow him to his house. This is where, well, just so I can still be that timid girl, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is where, well, Issei can sense that Rainier kind of following him, but mostly in the sky. This is where, well, Kuniko is kind of, well, looking down the stairs and seeing Issei walk away. This is where, well, she says, so, he isn't that much of a pervert. Or maybe he is, he's just pure pervert. But they're all perverts. This is where she says, I gotta tell Rias this. Maybe that whole date might happen. Maybe he's just trying to get confidence. Whatever. This is where, well, she's eating, what's it called, like a lollipop and just walking away. Issei, he's getting towards his house, and this is where he's annoyed because the fallen angel, she's basically trying to see where he lives, and this is where Issei remembers that his house is pretty fucked up. Mostly an illusion just to look like it's abandoned and no one would care that much. Issei says, damn. Okay, if I'm anywhere near that place, that'd be probably bad. This is where Issei says, he's right now thinking in his head. This is where, well, he then decides to pause for a second, stay near a bus station, and this is where, well, Rainier says, he's probably taken somewhere far away. I still don't want to be too far away from, well, the church. This is where she decides to change again into her kind of human form and say, she then goes out to try it again, and that's where Issei said, yes, I'll go out with you. This is where Rainier says, yes, idiot. This is where, well, Issei says, go away. He says in his head like he wants her to just fuck off already. This is where Rainier walks away, right now planning to kill Issei the next day. Issei isn't showing up. Yeah, no, fuck that. This is where, well, Issei then sees the bus coming. Now, of course, he can take the bus just to go home. It would have been a longer route, but fuck it. Something to get mostly away from Rainier, because he can't easily just disappear or kind of use his ability for being a species that's pretty, how should I say, a kind of extinct mostly, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei can't use that abilities of his, well, species, because if he tries, then Rainier will be more confused or be more suspicious because, well, a fallen angel will try to kill the last of his species, so of course he doesn't want to just die. We go into the next day, of course, Issei waking up early, kind of getting ready for school, seeing his older brother, and his older brother does kind of question him and why he gets that text about if he was at the house. Issei said, because the fallen angel asked me out, and I was wondering if I showed up to the house and you weren't there, she'd probably understand where I lived. It's where Kabuto says, so did you accept it? Yeah, I had it to, just so she could fuck off for a second. This is where, well, Kabuto says, when is it going to be? I don't know. I'm not gonna go to the date. You really just gonna ignore her? Yep. Okay. Okay. If anything happens, call me. This is where, well, Issei says, okay, I'll call you. This is where Kabuto says, promise? Issei says, yes. Stop being too worried about me. I'm old anyway. I'm an old kid. I'm not a little kid no more, Issei said, smirkily. But yeah. But of course, the word, well, Kabuto sighs and says, I'm not making you kind of sound like a little kid. I'm just worried about you, idiot. Issei says, yeah, I'll be going to school now. Issei legit goes to school where it will be at the direction, turns mostly to the left, and goes to another street just to go the other way, just to get towards Monohama's house. He didn't really go to show up to school. He's like, fuck that. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei is getting towards what they call mostly Monohama's house. And of course, he sees what they call like a couple of cars pass by. This is where he says, this must be Monohama's parents. This is where he looks at his phone, sees Monohama, says, when are you two gonna come over, dumbass? Dumbass says it mostly on a messenger, but yeah, that's where he says, fuck you, I'm on my way, bitch. This is where, well, we go into mostly Matsui. Matsui says, wait, guys, let me at least get my alcohol. This is where, well, alcoholic, they both said at the same time in the messenger. This is where, well, Matsui says, fuck you too. This is where, well, he says, I don't know how your parents even allow you to get them. This is where you say, mostly not you say, Matsui says, well, about that, he says, I'll tell you later. This is where he kind of messaged that, and this is where, well, both Monohama and Issei really thinks in their head, yeah, he's stealing that shit. Now, I should mention one thing, both, what to call it, Matsui and, well, what's called, Monohama and, well, Issei are all 17, yeah, but yeah, I mean, they all are 17. But they're different species level, mostly, what's it called? Issei species level, he would have been mostly a couple, not 100 years old, but just, yeah, he's 17. This is where, well, Issei is right now getting towards Monohama's house, and of course, when he shows up, he basically stays there and of course just talks to what's it called, Matsui and Monohama. Matsui is drinking and blah blah blah. Monohama's legit playing video games with Issei playing Smash Bros. Or whatever the fuck they're playing on the PlayStation 4. I mean 5. And of course they were, well, Issei says, so I got a date today. This is where, well, both Monohama and Matsui says, damn, you're making this whole perverse shit and taking it to the next level. What the fuck? This is where, well, Issei says, no, it's a fallen angel that asked me out. This is where, well, Monohama looks at him, like pauses the game and says, and you accept? Issei says, I had it to. Either that or she would follow me to my house, and, well, my older brother wasn't home yet. And I needed somehow a way for her to just fuck off. This is where, well, Monohama says, oh, those are the worst. Those fallen angels are following you and wait. God, I can see your problem. This is where Monohama says, do you want any weapons to kill her or what? This is where Issei says, I'm not going. The fuck? She could be all alone. I can give 2 fucks less. This is where, well, they say, damn, heartless and cold. Just like the species you are. This is where Issei says, well, fucking fight me about it then, motherfuckers. This is where, well, they say, damn, fucking heartless bastard. Issei says, hey, how about one of you take my spot then? And I would like to see you fucking deal with the fallen angel then. That's what Matsui says. Unless she has alcohol, I'm not dealing with her. This is what, Issei said, why? Because of the pain? Nah, probably because after I kill her, I'll probably feel emotional. This is where, well, was called, that was Matsui that said it. Monohama and Issei looked at each other and started bursting out laughter, saying, yeah, right, we know you ain't gonna give 2 fucks. This is where Matsui laughs and says, yep, you're pretty much telling the truth. I won't give a fuck less. That's okay, just for me to drink and relax after killing someone. This is where Issei glances at Monohama. Monohama says, I would just explode them with something. I probably will already use one of my adventures to go kaboom. This is where, well, Issei kind of nodded, and this is where, well, he then says, but whatever, I don't give a shit if the fallen angel can show up all the days and I can give 2 fucks less. Shit, she can be freezing, all I give a fuck. This is where Issei says with a cold ass attitude and doesn't really care. This is where, well, We go after school, and of course, it's the night, and this is where Issei's getting to his house. Nothing really happened. Issei kind of gets to his house and goes to sleep, and the next day he just shows up well towards the car. Matsu's and Motohama's kind of house just to do the exact same thing from yesterday. This kind of goes on for about mostly another day, Saturday. But this is where, Issei this time had to go kind of shopping with his older brother. Because his older brother asked him and how school would be, even though he knows Issei ditch. Because he legit got a call. And he just wanted to kind of see where Issei went. But yeah. This is where, Issei was kind of shocked and dumbfounded. But yeah. This is where, sorry. This is where, Issei says, yeah. This is where, Issei was in the shop, and he sees a dark-haired beauty with these purplish reddish eyes. And when Issei sees this is where he's like, oh shit, right there. This is where, most of the fallen angels doesn't really know about her name. That's where Issei starts walking away until, right there sees, Issei. Issei's like, oh, fucking hell. This is where he can feel the tone of pressure. She is pretty upset. Issei says, be upset more, bitch. I don't give a shit. He says to himself, but yeah. Of course, Issei's already got them annoyed, but this is where, I'm going to leave it off here because I'm feeling really tired, but yeah. But other than that, bye.